Fired up footballers, James and Jeffrey here with another episode of Running on Fumes. We've spent so many episodes kind of talking about our nitpicks, our negatives, our criticisms of the Chicago Fire that it's been weighing on us. Yeah. We want to get a couple positives out there.
Well, it's funny, I feel like we're naturally positive people.
Yeah.
And so it's like, man, we really do want to put something out there that is positive because there are some things going out there. So, James, going on out there that are positive. So, James,
on the field.
Yeah, on the field. James, you want to start?
I'll start with, to me, the biggest positive, the brightest spot on the field, and I got to say that's Richard Sanchez for me. Richard Sanchez has gone into goal, and he has been proving people wrong from day one. The questions were at the beginning of the season, is this guy going to be able to hold the net? Is he better than Lamson? Mm-hmm. I can say with an easy, yes, he's better than Matt Lamson. He is a lot better than Matt Lamson. He's younger than Matt Lamson. He covers the ground better than Matt Lamson. He's better side-to-side movement.
He moves. He's definitely better.
He's a brick wall. He is not Swiss cheese. That's one of my favorite things. Swiss cheese has holes behind it. Sanchez has no holes. He's making De Gea-like saves. I've seen some De Gea-like saves from him. That's high praise.
Yeah.
He does everything he can to keep the ball out. There are a couple knocks with him. His communication and maybe his skills to getting the ball out. He's not quite there yet.
When the ball's at his feet, still a little iffy on the ball. But that'll come with the young keeper.
It's his first.
But I would definitely say Richard Sanchez is a positive. My first positive is a little bit more general, is the young kids. Mm-hmm. The young kids through injury, Lucho, MDL, they're not here. And just the fact that we really don't have a lot of first-team talent on this roster, they're having a lot of opportunities to play. Campos, Collier, who else am I missing, Jamesy? Lillard. There's just a lot of young kids playing right now. And I think they're making the most of the opportunity. Going forward, are they all going to be part of the starting 11 or even the 18? No. But I think if we can peg 1, 2, or 3 of these guys just as pieces, Mo Adams, that's another big name I'm missing, Mo Adams. If we can, if 1, 2, or 3 of those guys pan out, I think that's a big plus for Chicago Fire going forward.
Yeah, for me, Mo Adams is definitely one of those positives. Mm-hmm. I actually have Grant Lillard, of course, another one of those kids who's a positive, and I think he's
their own kid.
Lillard has staying power that I see. Yeah. Mo Adams has staying power. I'm not sure Collier has that. I'm not sure Baquero has that yet. I've liked what I've seen more so from Lillard and Mo than from the other guys. Mm-hmm. Baquero, Campos, Collier. I haven't seen enough to make me be very excited about that. I'm somewhat excited, but. Mm-hmm. The people who really stand out to me, Lillard and Mo Adams. Of the kids, those are the best kids. And Sanchez.
Campos has flashes. Collier's played a lot.
All those guys not up to the level, in my opinion, of Mo Adams and Lillard and Sanchez. I have one last other player that makes my positives, and this might be a surprise to you, Kevin Ellis.
Okay.
Kevin Ellis has surprised me because coming as an offcast from Sporting Kansas City, coming in as a 5'0" center back. He's shorter than I am, and I'm 5'9", 5'10", 5'9", somewhere around there. And for him to come in as a center back, he's done his duty. He's filled in there a few times. He's not, a starting center back, but he could fill in there admirably. And he's done a job at the right back situation too. He's nothing to brag about going forward, but his defensive skills.
Defensively, he's sound.
His defensive skills, he is so sound. He's impressed me, and I'm not saying he's deserving of a starting spot, but he has been one of the better positives for this thing.
Yeah, going forward, starting 11 guy, no, but a good piece for Pono to have. You could do a lot with a Kevin Ellis.
He showed so much more than Chani has.
Yeah,
for
it's definitely a nice piece to have, Kevin Ellis. My next piece, my next positive I'm going to go with. I'm going to say Basti and Dax. I'm going to start with Basti. Basti, I think he's played really well in the beginning of the year. He's basically been asked to play out of position. He's playing that center back. But, the stats are still there. He's still organizing. The distribution out of the back is still there. That stats are backing him up. So I think Basti, while he's playing out of position, still having a good start of the year. Last game, really saw him take a step forward this year. Probably his best match he's played, just because he was playing more forward. He was freed up, playing offensive. I think Dax, he's not a sexy, pretty player, right? And I sometimes I think fans miss that just because he's doing so much of the dirty work. He's winning the ball almost every time. He's our engine. Working his butt off. Gets the ball, win it.
Happy birthday, Dax,
by the way, happy birthday, Dax. But he wins it, gets it to our attackers, and then we're out. Mm-hmm. So, I really think Basti and Dax, they're a good positive. They've been
They've
playing
been huge.
really well. That's all we can ask for them, and hopefully going forward, players around them, pick up their play and we keep playing better.
I'll cover two more before you get to our last one.
I'm good.
Katai finally starting to click. We saw flashes of his talent early on, but we also saw flashes of his extreme laziness. And that was what we got concerned about. And you know what? That laziness, that complacency still is could be under the surface.
Well, TFC was much better, the match against TFC.
But when you see the effort against TFC and you hope that he could start stringing those together and getting a little more consistent with that defensive and offensive effort, then we might have a piece that might be staying past his loan.
Yeah.
So
maybe. We'll see. That's another one. What else you got?
We'll see. And my last guy, my last little positive, and it's not a surprise. If you follow MLS, this is not a surprise at all. But if you don't follow us or you're kind of new to MLS and you're new to Alan Gordon, then you don't know what we got in Alan Gordon. Alan Gordon is one of the highest, most prolific goal scorers after the 80th minute in MLS history. He's got a lot of goals after the 80th minute. He's just one of those players that just has a knack for finding that net. And not to mention he's that kind of target man striker type that instill some fear going into the end team, the other opposing team. And at the end, when you're hoofing those balls, and all he has to do is use his height to kind of nod one in or get that lucky bounce. And he's skilled enough where you saw it against TFC, where the ball bounced 1 second, bam, he's quick as a lightning bolt, and boom, it's in the back of the net.
Kind of the same thing like with Kevin Ellis. Not a starter. Good player to have.
Fantastic.
Helps Pano.
Bench
definitely
player.
Helps Pano tinker here and there.
He's a super sub.
Super sub. My last positive for the year is Nemanja Nikolic. Even with an anemic offense, he's not really getting his touches. I mean, he's really doing more work off the ball than on the ball defensively. He's still finding his way to score. He hasn't scored lately, but I think it's a positive seeing a player of his ilk getting goals, even when a Chicago Fire team is struggling. Going forward, we just made the switch to a 4-3-3. I would like to think we'll start seeing some Nico goals. Let's do this.
Go Nico! No Nico, no party.
No party.
That's the key of it. No Nico, no party. We need Nico to be humming. We need Pano to get Nico scoring if we want to have any aspirations of greatness and getting to the second round of the playoffs.
Goals.
Or beyond.
Goals.
Or to advance to the
I love how you threw it. Yeah!
I hold on to it. All right, guys. I think that about sums it up what we were feeling for some of these positives. And let us know what you thought some of the positives are. That's what we're looking for. Toss if you enjoyed the analysis, toss us a like. If you got any positives, comments, additions, corrections to make, toss them down in the comments below. And subscribe for more Spitting Fire, guys. All right. We'll see you later.
Let's go, boys.